Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Bradley Irving. So first off, sorry I had to bail. I didn't do those candles like I said I would. Shona finally had a psychological break. Everything's okay. She's okay. That happened through a long time of narcissistic abuse. It happens. She was a good one, so she just attacked herself, but she's getting the care she needs. And everything's better. So what does that mean for us? That means every time I talk about the truth, I'm not going to be spiritually attacked. So I'll be able to talk about things while she's around. I'll be able to do my channel more often. And yeah, it's sad, but this is the thing you need to do when you're in my position. And I also have a cold, so... But anyway, this will help. So today I'm going to be doing this side, and I'll try and do the other side, but we'll see how it goes. So you make sure you're set up, you get your fan going, you get yourself comfortable, and you do this one. So I've got myself on the pillow, set myself up where the fan works the best, and then off we go. So with everything I went through with this in the healing process, I'm doing a lot better now. I'm just really struggling with my voice. Not as much pain. I don't seizure. I don't have fits. I can see properly. Most of the pain's bloody gone. But with what I was dealing with, there was a lot of mold too. See, where does mold grow? In dark, moist places. So if you've got a big build-up of earwax or cereal, the medical term for it, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Like I said, I've got learning disabilities. I'm a visual learner, not a reader-writer. But at the end of the day, that doesn't even matter. So yeah, with that causes a lot of issues too. So I literally got all the evidence I needed to prove that it's all narcissistic personality and agenda through labelization. See, it's because of my race. That's not burning right, so I need to oof. Okay. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh, yeah, it's pulling stuff out. So this morning, all around here, up in here, in my neck, and down underneath my jaw is all sore. And with Shona, she now sees. So she's not seeing what her abusers told her. So, yeah. And there was a situation the other day where I did have to yell. Well, 15 years of being accused of yelling at someone that you've never yelled at. Really need to show them. And I did. And I was having trouble with my voice. I was talking a bit loud. And yeah, she said, "Stop yelling at me." So I said, "I'm not yelling," and then I screamed, "This is yelling." Well, I yelled. Men don't scream, girls scream. and I yelled at her through the phone, "This is yelling." And I said, "Do you see the difference, Shona? Do you see the difference?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do. I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's alright." Well, it is. Because she's been told something that's not true for years. And it's been causing a lot of problems for her. As soon as a man talked higher than her, he was yelling at her. Unless it was the agenderized man. He could scream in her face and it wouldn't bother her, I don't think. Because that's normal. That's okay. Because that's what she saw all her life. With docs and police reporting it. That's why her mother loved Queensland, because every time she put a false report, she didn't get in trouble. That's one candle and nearly done, and I'm already feeling better on that side. Breathing better. Oh. But with how centered I am, look, what's going to happen is once I go for my walk, I'm just going to build a pyramid and then we'll go from there. And then we can argue with all the people that believe they did that, their ancestors did it, and we'll see what they can do. It was a group effort. Everyone worked together. Oh, I still got a bit more. So this side was my worst side because of the plate and the issue I had with my ear when I was younger. But now it's my better ear, so I usually only do 2 or 3, max out at 5, and I jump to the other side. And that's the worst side now. And that side had nothing wrong with it, but I spent more time on this side. This is why you need to do it even, because I would have been done and dusted if I did it even. But I couldn't because of the pain I was going through. I had to do the other side first because it was so much pressure. And like I said before, it's like a xenomorph trying to get out. And with mine and Shona's fucking Pacific situation, I was doing everything to try and help her, not hurt her. That's why I was hated so much. Not because I was the bad guy, it's because I was the only good guy around here. And that's what happens to good guys. They get their ass kicked first. They nearly die and then they go, "Look, I've had enough. I'm getting up. I'm dealing with it now." And then the bad guy goes, "Oh no, you're not supposed to be able to do that." "Well, I just did, mate. Welcome to reality." So when the Egyptians used to do this, this is all they did. And the medication they used was marijuana and tobacco, a clean supply of it. It wasn't chemicalized and poisoned like it is today. See, everything we're going through is chemicalization, chemical castration. I forgot the words. Shit. It was just straight out warfare, really. Chemical warfare, biological warfare, terrorist attack by government, corruption, treason, fraudulent activity, discrimination. It was just absolute joke. And the reason why I'm censored is because I'm showing you how to fix it all. See, the things this medical team that's so great that we're supposed to praise can't solve this problem. But the guy they called a retard that couldn't look after himself just cured something no one's been able to cure. Well, I don't have migraines. And with the situation that went on the other day with Shona and her mental break, it really stressed me out because I knew it was coming and there was nothing I could do about it. Well, how did I know? The character changes. A person's different. And we had a phone call and on this day, and I just asked her what was going on because we got a puppy. And I'm not leaving him here with all the furniture. Because he's a puppy. They chew when they're bored. And to avoid that problem, I called her to see what was going on, see how long she was, so I could organise someone to watch the puppy, so I could go get fruit from the organic fruit shop and bread, and the butcher from the bakery and the butcher. And she couldn't answer me. She freaked out. And then when she got home, she was screaming and yelling, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I went out and she stopped. She looked me dead in the eyes and she goes, "This isn't about you, Brad. Please just leave me alone. I'm sorry." Oh, all right. So I walked in, and that was out of character. So I'm starting to stress. So my condition's starting to flare up and play. Now, usually I go into headaches and I'll just seizure and fall down and I'm out until I wake up a couple of hours later. And, yeah, that didn't happen. The way I'm going to explain it is from my dyslexia, and with this false labelization of dyslexia is we image it. We got like a photo in our memory and it shows us a picture. And with this specific incident, it showed me like a, what could I use? An echidna or something. No, that's too big. I'm trying to think of an animal. Like a rat or something. A mole. A mole would be better. A hairless mole. And it was crawling over like that. But every time it squeezed over like that, electrical sparks would go through wires that were attached to its body. And it would, oh, you're too big to walk under there now. You're a short shit, puppy. You're able to. And that's how it felt. Like my cortex was folding and it was shooting out electricity down my wiring, and that's what it felt like down here. And all it did was make me completely retarded. I couldn't talk properly, I couldn't think, but I wasn't in chronic pain. It didn't make me scream, I had no word vomit. You know, so that showed me that everything I've done was right. And because I stuck to myself and burnt my bridges and did everything I didn't want to do, I survived. So that's sort of proof of who my spirit is. But people will still say no. Because I don't have brown hair. But this race doesn't. And the brown hair race is the Greeks. That's where that comes from. That area. That was you would call the basic human race, the normals, the ones without powers. But it doesn't mean they're nothing or anything like that. There's still a reason to their creation. Like the Greeks had the Atlanteans had a story about the Greeks when the Hyperboreans met them, because that's where Atlanteans come from. All right, that's where the blonde hair race, blue eyes, descends from. The white skin comes from the Polarian red-haired race. Okay, yeah, I'll explain that later. I forgot what I was talking about. And that's the problem. But when I get going, I'll talk about it better. I'm just full of a cold at the moment. Still got my medical issues going on. Oh, that sounded like someone just shot out of my ear. My ear's starting to sting now. So this will be the last candle for this one because the inside of my ear is starting to sting. And that side I'm breathing so much better in. But yeah, there's just a couple more things until I get out and start searching for things. I'll start separating things a little bit more that have to be separated. Can't wait to talk about the thylacine and the yowie and stuff like that. Just conversation pieces. At the end of the day, we still have to get evidence that everything still exists. Now, they did a long time ago, but the world's gone shit. There's so much sickness, so much greed, so much false judgment. Just like that. This whole side has stopped hurting and stopped causing me problems. Doesn't feel uncomfortable anymore. Because I'm draining all the poison out of my glands. Now, I know I call it poison, but once you filter this and clean it, you actually get a medicine. It's used as, I think it's called, the word's aphrodisiac. If you rub it on a cut, it'll sting because it's cleaning the cut out. There is people that have done naughty things and they've gotten the earwax out of their ear and played with their lady to see if she was playing up, and yeah, if they're filthy and they are playing up, they're gonna scream like you just put Vicks there. So, yeah, but I don't advise that because there's a lot of things in this world that can happen. Stop going to the first thing. Just because she was with a bloke doesn't mean she shagged him. And that goes for me too. But with my specific situation, and with a lot of other guys, all my needs were thrown out. I had no needs. If I asked for a need, I was abusive. I had mental health. If I didn't do anything, her mother told her I would do a lot of things. Like, her mentality was, because me and Shona were dating, Shona owned my dad's house. Both of them, all of them. All my dad's stuff was hers. But her family couldn't just go there and do whatever they wanted to do. It really confused them. And it's like, well, yeah, it's not yours. And then I got stuck with that. No one would help me. Oh, but you passed school. Yeah, because Shona and everyone helped me, you idiots. I wasn't supposed to do this. Oh well. Do another one, I'll push through it. That's disgusting. I'm sick, I'm sorry. Now, I used to be someone that had the fucking man flu. Sorry for the language. Had the man flu. So, I wouldn't even be able to get out of bed, I was that sick. But it was all to do with this stuff. All to do with this stuff. No, not medical marijuana. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. It was amazing. I couldn't believe what it was doing for my body. Like when I was really bad, I had no legs. My legs were there, but they wouldn't work. They wouldn't listen. They just chilled out, lazy buggers. So I had to, where we were staying was in the lounge room. And because of who I am and my morals and stuff, I didn't believe that stuff should have been inside around my child, even though it's medical. I always tried to keep it away from him, because that's my job as a parent, to protect him, right? Now, because I do that, I'm a criminal, but no, that's not how the world works. That's not how law works. That's the agenda in mental health. Because I'm protecting him, I'm intentionally trying to hurt him, and it just doesn't work, right? So at the end of the day, I did the best I could with what I had, and so did a lot of people, okay? And with what I was going through with this, I would have to roll out of bed, if not get one of my dogs to kick me out of bed, and then crawl. And I had a little broom there that I'd unlock the door with, and I'd open it, and I'd crawl out, and I'd pull myself up in my chair, and then I'd have me thing. And after 2-3 billies, I'd be alright. My legs would wake up, I'd hurt, it still hurt, but I could move around. I was still limited to what I could do. I pretty much just existed. And it was horrible. And because of her brainwashing, it took so hard. It was so hard to get anywhere. But I ended up, like I said, burning my bridges, told everyone to F off, and I kept my money for myself because I was in a toxic situation, a double triangle. If I had money in my account, she would give it to her mum. If I didn't get to it and pay the rent in time, Dad was threatening to kick me out until I came up with the money to pay rent. And this was a weekly occurrence. Weekly or fortnightly occurrence, depending on how I got paid. So yeah, I ended up going, nah, not doing it anymore, and I just pulled all the money out and kept it for myself. And that's why I'm still here today. Yeah, it caused a lot of problems, but they weren't problems caused by me. It was caused by someone else not doing what they were supposed to do. Might do. It's still clicking and clacking, so I've got to keep going. What we do is we go to Q-tip. You see that? That's disgusting. So yeah, I still got to keep going with this one. Yeah, I'm not so sniffly in that nose anymore. the best thing is I got shown her back. So when she's being her, she's a good girl. When she was around her family, didn't know the person. So now she's woken up and she's realised that she's starting to go through everything I've been suffering since I was a baby. And, yeah. So now she's starting to realise, hang on. So she's sort of stopped with how she shops, but it's, yeah, it's frustrating because you've got to let it have its path. Otherwise, they can hurt themselves. Oh, this is pumping them out now. Oh. It's like so much cowboy and Indians are shooting in my ear. Yeah, that's the bow, and you got the, which is the bullets, the guns. Oh, I just chiseled out. Oh, my imagination's crazy. Oh, the false accusations I went through. You know, ever since I was 12, I was told I was a drug addict. Never had it. Could never get it in my system. But it was drugs. Like, so many things were done wrong, and I had to get my father to do the right thing, and he's like, no, they're saying this has to be done, you're on drugs. But I'm not on drugs. That's why there's nothing in my blood system. Oh, you're doing something to get it out. Not that anything was faulty, it was always fucking Brad's fault. Always Brad. Brad walked in a room, building next door fell down, Brad fucking did it. Plane crashed, Brad fucking did it. Mind you, Brad's just walked there, and what it is because I'm white. Yeah. It's not the black card anymore, it's the white card. You pulled me over because I'm white. My ear really hurts, I should stop. Oh, pulling something out there. Feel it dragging out through my ear. There it is. Oh, that was a weird feeling in the mouth. So yeah, I don't remember if I finished the story, but yeah, that's what they used. Marijuana and tobacco to filter everything up and bring it up. That's why, for people that smoke, that's why your ears are going off. That's why there's clicky feeling in your ears and sounds coming from your ears, and your face gets heavy. It's because it's bringing all the stuff out that you need to drain. This is the next step. But no one knows about it. What we do is Nope, I still got to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm doing 6. And this here. So, like I said, this is all you do. This is all you need to do to fix everything the government's doing. Us Atlantean Lemurian beings, we're pretty durable. Same with the Polarians. But you got to remember, a lot of bad stuff happened in the past, and there's a lot of interbreeding. Like, there's 23 root races. Not 12, not 7, 23. And they all ascend from the first 5 or 6 of them. We've got Hyperboreans, Polarians, Lemurians, Tertarians, and Sumerians. Yeah. 5. They were the god races, so claimed. Everything ascends from them. No, the Anunnaki story was bullshit. That didn't happen. They were the Atlanteans. And what happened there was they had to sink it because of the narcissistic personality. Same thing happened all through history. Everywhere. All the time. All the same thing. People believed the bad guy because the good guy was poisoned. And he twitched or didn't say something, or he had something in his hand that they said he was bad on. And it's like, oh, I see it. And it's brainwashing. And that comes from the Dark Lemurians. That's when the English was actually created a long, long time ago. Just after they came here and the great separation of the Lemurian race. Well, after they physicalized, certain ones realised with this language they could manipulate everything. They could tell it one thing while meaning the other. It's really pulling it out. This is all you really do. Just get it out. It'll get rid of all that pressure in the back of your head. Get rid of all the sinus problems. If you've got mold issues, do this and detox. After this one, I'll do a neck crack. I can feel it, the pressure building up. And all I'm going to do is put my hair. That's crazy. So yeah, a lot of things that people are dealing with actually is poisoning and pain. It's not them, right? Unless it's the narcissistic personality, okay? Because they choose to do those things. They're allowed, it's their life, they do what they want. No, Not if you're affecting others. If your choices are affecting others, you need to stop. Or go be by yourself. But they don't like being alone because they've got no supply and no one to blame. And that's why there's so much problem in the world today. Because it's a narcissistic world built on narcissistic personality and agenda. That's why you can't talk about things like mythical creatures and stuff like that, or tell the truth. Because their belief system. And if the bad one breaks, it's going to hurt everyone but itself. The good one breaks, they hurt themselves. Like Shona. Like other people, if they're trying to hurt themselves, they're not the problem. Now, in saying that, a narcissist will hurt themselves for attention. Like what my stepmother did. She made a big ordeal out of it. She planned it. She set it up. But no, once again, that was because Bradley existed. He was a bad boy. He was such a bad boy for having ADHD and autism. How dare he be a white boy? And that's what it's about.
Hi there.
Racist scum. Oh. It's not going to crack because I can't sit right. Oh. So, thank you for that. I'm going to set up, switch around, and I'll be back. I'll see you soon.